ACC team came out the other day, and there were no Pitt guys on the first team. Arduzzi sort of embraced that, saying we're the no-name group. Is that the way you kind of look at yourself?
I mean, it's all about us, and we take care of what we can control. And I mean, obviously, the media and other people don't really respect us, so we're fine with that. I mean, we didn't really. I mean, it's pretty much anything like you could expect.
Use that as motivation when you step on the field.
I mean, I guess because we already know that that's how people view us and everything. So.
Do you have a similar mindset last time you played Clemson?
I mean, every single game you want to go out there and do everything you can to win, like all week in practice, and I mean, you just want to win no matter who you're playing.
You've beaten some number 2 teams in the country before, but this one's a little different. You go into this; it's an ACC Championship game. They know what's coming. There's no blindsiding anybody or anything like that. How much is that different? This approach to this game in terms of, where your status is in the ACC.
I mean, obviously it's a huge game. People sometimes say like, "Oh, it's just another game we're playing," but I mean, it's not. It's a championship game, so a lot of us, it's the biggest game we've ever been in our entire lives. So.
What was it like to see that come from being something that Coach set as a goal to seeing it come to fruition?
I was just talking to people the other day. It was in the off-season stuff. We break down a lot on ACC champs and everything, and it's really starting to come true right now.
Do you feel like that sets the foundation for the younger kids on this team too? Is that you guys heard them talk about this and reach this as seniors? They're actually getting to see the ACC championship game as young guys and know that winning it and going further than that is going to be goals for them in the future.
Yeah. So I mean, like you think, like I think it was like 3 or 4 seasons in a row. Like before we got here, my class, it was like 6 and 6 seasons, like 3 or 4 years in a row. So I mean, obviously we really turned the program around. And the younger guys, like they see that anything is possible at this point. Us getting there.
George, I know in your role you could end up blocking pretty much anyone on the defense. A lot of times that's linebackers, but sometimes that's a D lineman. I mean, where do you even start with sort of preparing for this Clemson front four? They're all pretty huge.
I mean, we've played some pretty big guys on other teams, but obviously they're probably the best D line and defense we've played all year. So I mean, it's a huge game, and we got to come play.
Do they look any different on video than they did when you played them 2 years ago?
There's a lot of guys that we played 2 years ago, but I mean they're good. They looked good back then. They look good now.
Have you heard from any guys from that 2016 team who graduated or saying like, hey, we did it, or you guys can do it again, or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, I'm sure if I did see them or talk to them, they would say like good luck and everything. I know we have their support and everything, but I haven't really seen or heard.
Are you guys aware that that's the only home loss that this Clemson senior class has ever had? Was you guys 2 years ago down there?
I didn't know that. I knew like when we beat them last time that they hadn't been beat at home in a real long time.
It's 2 weeks in a row now. You play one of these programs that's kind of hungry to, I guess, get some payback against Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we really do have some good luck against number 2 teams.
You were a pretty big part of that win last time with 2 receiving touchdowns. What would it mean for you to have an impact on the game like that again?
As long as we win. I was actually watching that game on film the other day. And, I mean, you guys just see the touchdowns and everything, but I feel like even if I don't score, I'm doing a lot more this year for the offense.
When you look at that game, there were some guys. Jamar had a big catch. Salim wasn't playing a lot, had the big interception. That really stepped up. Do you feel like that's one of the things that's necessary to beat a team when you're a pretty heavy underdog? Is you got to have some guys play some of their best ball in that game?
Definitely. I mean, any big game, you watch any team at any level, it takes more than just a guy or two making big plays. The whole team has to have a great game overall.
When you were down there 2 years ago, I mean, like you talked about maybe fans or media or people on the outside not giving you guys a chance. Did anybody, was there one of those kind of talks before that game? Nobody thinks we're going to win. Nobody's giving us a chance here.
I mean, I don't know exactly for every game, but I know probably most of the games this year people have us not winning. So we really are used to it and really don't care what anybody else says or thinks.
And George, you experienced that environment down there 2 years ago, even though this is a neutral site game. It's pretty close to Clemson, so are you guys treating it almost like a road game, preparing for crowd noise, stuff like that?
I mean, we know it's going to be real loud because it's a sold-out game and everything. So, I mean, we're preparing for anything.
George, you mentioned looking at tape. What did you learn from the Miami tape as far as where you want to be better this week?
I mean, it's all about us. Like, we just need to execute better and everything. Just a couple missed assignments there and stuff. But, I mean, obviously losing Jimmy, there's going to be some growing pains here and there. But nothing that we can't fix.
Anything final?
When you look at the whole, talk about the no name and forget everybody but us kind of motto and all that stuff, and then you see you guys open up as heavy underdogs, how much of that is part of the motivation? How much of that is part of, your hope that after Saturday people will know Pitt? That's part of it is changing that. How much do you embrace it and how much do you want to change it?
I mean, like I said before, we know nobody really respects us or gives us any credit, even when we have great games. And, I mean, even after we win and everything, it's like they'll probably still find a way to discredit us or the Clemson will have a bad game or something. But we don't really care at all. I mean, it's all about us, everybody in this building, coming together and getting it done.
But do you feel like Saturday can change that? The outcome goes your way, that you kind of put Pitt back on the map?
I mean, winning an ACC championship is a big deal. So if people credit us and give us respect, cool. If they don't, even better.